perfectly.
Yep.
Some damage being done to ROTK, but he's got an iron and a wand. He's completely fine.
Okay.
Good try by VP. I mean, the Jaro got 2 heroes. But
it was a 3 for 3, so pretty much a break even there.
And they smoked for that, but they also lost their Anti-Mage and their Gyro, their 2 most important farm heroes. And Storm got out of there with 2 kills, and he still has a lot of CS. So I don't think that was, as a whole, good for VP, but they did exchange.
Yeah. CTY now in good shape. Number 1 on the net worth chart. He's got the Soul Ring. Looks like 1,000 gold in the bank. Probably just a Bloodstone build for him to get things started. In the mid lane, Lanham in some trouble, but does survive through telekinesis.
I don't know if he can go Bloodstone first this game, because he needs to deal with an Anti-Mage. And if he goes Bloodstone, it not only gives him a bigger mana pool that Anti-Mage can ult into, but it also limits his ability to just do an Orchid kill. So I feel like Orchid has to be the solution. There's a lot of stuns on VP as well, so maybe Orchid is the better solution to prevent one of them from happening if he finds any of those heroes. Like, he can kill Selena fine without Orchid, but Shadow Shaman is much, much harder.
Very true. Smoke rotation from VP.
Man.
Oh, there's just that little gap the Razor can walk through. And unfortunately for the Dire side, the Fissure didn't stun, so another wasted smoke from Virtus Pro that yields nothing.
If they placed this Observer Ward just a little bit more down, they would have known exactly where the Razor was and they would have killed him. Maybe they did this on purpose because it's very far away from this D Ward spot here, but I haven't seen anybody check that spot in the TI or during TI here because it's just too obvious.
Yeah. It's interesting how ward mind games work, where you need to find these really interesting places, but sometimes going back to the obvious spots will throw people off guard because they're so obvious.
Yeah, surely they wouldn't put a ward there because they wouldn't expect me to de-ward that, therefore. Team fight coming from eHome. Everybody's TPing in, but it looks like they figured it out. They're escaping, actually. Lil running. He's got a TP.
Oh, no. G and Lil, they're going to get caught. Lanham around the backside. ROTK as well. Icarus dive across. They're going to get Lil, and they want G as well. Can they actually dive this and finish him off? Nope, he's just too fast.
Yeah, he's way gone. No way they're going to get him.
So just a 1-0. They get the Lina. For the most part, good news for VP. They cut their losses, and they get the tower kill. Roster Wards are able to finish him off. So Lina for a Tier 1 tower. Not the best trade, but it is still a trade.
They do get the ward behind the tower. Pretty obvious that would be down. As somebody takes a tower, the supports often rotate behind and drop the ward. So very common to check for that one. And DDC is able to get it. On the bright side for VP, the tower's already gone, so they didn't lose a huge amount by losing that. And they also destroy the tower. They didn't even... Oh, they did use the Shadow Shaman wards.
Yep.
And that's what they got to do. They've got to use this cooldown when it's off cooldown, and they got to use it to take towers. Yeah,
all the while, Anti-Mage did get a little bit of space to farm there. And he has a Perseverance now, 1,000 gold, so it looks like he'll be able to get this Battle Fury at pretty decent timing.
It's late. It's definitely late. He's supposed to have it at like 12, 13 minutes. And he's,
well, even with Treads first?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Even with Treads first. Fissure's going to block in YJ, but Creep Wave's cleared. He had an Invis there. He was hoping he would come forward, but nothing. Also, Earthshaker's very close to his Blink Dagger here.
Ooh, Mech coming out on the Razor. Wow, Earthshakers can just do so much when they get this kind of farm early on. 15, 16-minute Blink Dagger. Such a good timing.
It's pretty good versus eHome, too, because it'll give him a pretty good setup and chain stun for Storms. But he does pick up a point booster, so we will be going Bloodstone first.
Okay.
So I guess they're just not going to worry too much about the Anti-Mage. He's already moderately shut down. Like, I would say slightly shut down. He's slightly shut down right now. His Battle Fury is going to be delayed by like 4 or 5 minutes.
It's recoverable for him, though, I think.
It is, definitely. But normally, if an Anti-Mage has a Battle Fury at 12 minutes, he can get his Yasha in the next, like, 4 or something like that. And if Storm Spirit's at this point now, then it's looking kind of scary, because he's going to be able to get Manta, and then if there's a stun, blink, Manta, then Storm Spirit just kind of dies. But because they shut down that Anti-Mage, I think Storm's okay going for the Bloodstone build.
Okay.
He doesn't have to worry as much about losing all of his mana. It just comes down to his play.
Both cooldowns connect on CTY. And that will delay their push, so let us go grab these runes. RTK completes his Midas 16 minutes in. That's a pretty good timing for the Phoenix. Core item on her, whatever it is. Need to get that level 16 maxed out Supernova ASAP.
It helps a lot. Maybe not even 16, but even each subsequent level at a certain time period in the game is really important. Because it's completely scaled based on the average attacks that a team is going to be able to get. And Supernova 5 attacks, not very much. But once you bump that up to 8 instantly or really rapidly and they don't expect that, then sometimes you're just like, oh, wow, I thought I could kill that, but now I actually can't kill that, and I'm in a bad spot. And the gold as well is nice. Phoenix's farming methods are a little weak, so being able to just power level into like a Shiva's or other utility item is really nice.
Lanham coming in to try and set up on Illidan. Can they find him with the shackles, or telekinesis rather? Yes, they can. YJ doing some decent damage. Lanham will be able to finish him off with the stolen blink. Nice gank there, and continuing to slow down the progression towards that Battle Fury. Still not able to buy it, holding on to all that unreliable gold.
Probably should have blinked into the trees there. I guess he wasn't expecting Rubik to be able to blink after him, but I mean, it's very easy at that point, so I think he was just a little worried. He almost didn't make that, really.
Tier 1 tower, mid lane goes down. CTY gets credit for the kill, and up top, Razor will finish off that tower. VP starting to lose some of their access points here, and eHome jumping right back into the lead as they take map control.
It's looking like an eHome victory at this point, at least. They definitely have the advantage. Their observer wards are aggressive. I mean, VP has one down currently, but that's about it. And VP's items aren't scaling nearly as well. The Battle Fury delay on Anti-Mage means that it's just going to delay his Battle Fury, which will delay how well he's able to split push later. Like, you can't get a Battle Fury the same time as the Storm gets a Bloodstone. It's just so dangerous.
Yeah, because that's the time when Storm can really get aggressive. Also farm very effectively.
Yeah, he might even finish his Orchid before the Anti-Mage has his Diffusal Blade. And if that's the case, I just don't see VP winning this game.
Or before the Manta, rather.
Oh, yeah. What did I say?
Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, I have no idea why I said that.
So I don't think I've ever seen an Anti-Mage buy a Diffusal, but...
The wrong choice. Definitely the wrong choice.
Yeah, well, Phobos, we'll see what he can do with his Blink Dagger. Still haven't really seen him get that active, even though he picked it up just a couple minutes ago. The Gyro, he's going for the SNY build. No mech on VP, and they are just not really in fighting shape here. Looks like a rotation onto DDC. Could be coming down this way, but Lanham's right there. Telekinesis onto Lil, pulling back in. Do they have any follow-up damage? Yep, they sure do. CTY's here, zipping all around. LSA off the mark, hard to connect. Lil just barely, but just tickles as he bottles through it. Double damage rune on, but Phobos will live.
Gets a Bloodstone charge out of that. Not terrible for Storm. He would have liked the double kill, but just a little too tough against Earthshaker when he's got Tranquil Boots.
Up top, ROTK and FNG going at it. There, the ward, Shackles, solo kill for the support on Virtus Pro.
Oh, let's get the courier too? Oh, right away. 14 HP. And had a gem on it too. If he would have gotten that kill, that would have been insane.
Oh my, yeah, that would have been huge.
Just imagine if he ganked a little bit later there, and he would have transferred the gem to himself.
That would have been a huge loss. 19 minutes in, just hand the gem over right away.
Yeah, to the team that's losing. That's a mistake, definitely.
That is one sure way to get the other team back into that game. Just hand them a free gem on a silver platter. You'll have a decent lead, but nothing that's insurmountable. Only 3K net worth, 2K experience. Yang here with his mech complete, just about 1,000 gold away from his BKB. Nice well-rounded Razor build here. Very combative. Makes a lot of sense based on how eHome have been approaching this game so far.
Either way, that solo kill by FNG is really important because he normally plays the super defensive role, and if he can somehow greed out something like a Blink Dagger, it's really going to up their ability to kill heroes like Storm and initiate properly. So I really feel like he has to get a Blink this game. Like Shadow Shaman, no, he's not going aggressive. He's playing it safe.
Yeah. He's not quite level 11 yet, though.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason why he'll continue to be a little more passive, at least till he hits that point.
And you can't really just grab it from a rune spot and run into the enemy danger zone. Because
Yeah.
if they have a ward up, they see you and you die consistently. So I think that's why they didn't even bother going. They're like, there's no way he's going to be that stupid. It works in pubs, but it does not work in games like these.
Yeah. Smoke rotation up top from VP. CTY might get caught out here. He breaks the smoke on about half the heroes and just walks away. Take a look at their intel here. Drops the Remnant for some extra vision. VP just can't get these smoke ganks to work this game, Pert.
Yeah.
That's the third failed smoke.
They probably should have led with Earthshaker, but even still, finding that kill was tough. They didn't have vision. They just placed this observer ward down.
Yep.
Probably after the storm. So that's a bit unfortunate. If that ward was there, they would have had him.
Well, VP will find a very minor victory in the bottom lane as they deny that Tier 1 tower and repel the push. Big TP rotation. Rocket set up here onto Yang. He'll try to TP home. That's unfortunate. Okay. And I think that's just a dead Razor. That's...
He can't even mech now because his mana's drained.
Oh, no. He gets off the Eye of the Storm, but the rest of his team just leaves him high and dry. They hide in the tree line. They try to TP home.
There's a lot of dead trees here. Can they find him?
Illidan gets credit for that one. ROTK doesn't have the Icarus dive up for another 15.
He doesn't have Hex. 3 seconds. That's a dead ROTK.
There's nothing he could do. Even if he gets off the Supernova there, he's going down no matter what. Still not level 11. 2-for-0 exchange here. VP, that's pretty solid. 2 kills they didn't have before, as now Illidan has his Battle Fury and progress towards a Yasha.
A bit of a painful TP from the Razor, I dare say.
Yeah. I guess it is nighttime, so he just didn't see the rocket get cast, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. He did get the reflected damage. I don't know. I'm observing, so it's easy to see. But if you're playing, you just miss stuff like that sometimes. And he casted his TP, and then he saw the missile coming, then he canceled it and started running, and bam. The mana drain and no mech for him, and his survivability goes drastically down. That's actually something that's pretty significant and might influence fights. If Anti-Mage does go on Razor, drains his mana, and they don't get the mech off, that's 2,300 gold item. That's an overpriced chainmail.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Razor is one of those heroes that does have some mana issues. Mech is about a third of his mana pool, so if he just does a full rotation of his spells, doesn't give you a hell of a lot left to work with. Yeah. Roche falls in favor of VP. The Aegis goes the way of the Anti-Mage, and putting those Rost awards to good use, as we talked about in the draft. Definitely one advantage that this support brings to the table is Roche on control. Looks like FNG maybe just going for a Force Staff here as he picks up the Staff of Wizardry. Could also be the Yules to get those ward traps going.
I think it's going to be a Force Staff, probably.
Yeah, I think so, too.
He doesn't... I mean, I don't know how good his ward traps are. If it was Lil, he does not need a Yules to get the ward trap. FNG might not be as practiced as on Shadow Sham. He's playing it fine, though. But I think it's going to be a force to help save people that get pulled by the Storm. If you can at least limit the amount of static remnants that they get hit by, it is some damage, and it forces Storm to ball a little bit more. It's kind of like wasting Storm's mana a slight amount. And same with anybody that gets out of position. They're going to get lifted by Rubik, and sometimes the force might be the difference between them living or not.
Yeah. CTY now very close to his Orchid. He's got both Oblivion Staffs and about 300 gold to spare. Great news there. Looks like it'll be a pretty good timing against the Anti-Mage, who still is nowhere close to the Manta.
Illidan can definitely recover, though. I mean, he got that kill against the Razor.
Yeah. He's number 2 on net worth now. I mean, that's a big jump relative to where he was 5 minutes ago.
But Anti-Mage's advantage is also staying way far ahead of your opponents in terms of farm. Since his base stats are pretty weak, his strength gain is horrible, and he doesn't have very much disable. So, you know, he's definitely a little bit weak here. 1.2 strength per level is almost nothing.
Yeah. That's very true. VP grouped up here. Could be a little skirmish around this.